All right, looks like I am live. Looks like my microphone is working. If you can hear me, and well, there's not a whole lot of people in here right now, but if you can hear my voice, let me know. Noah, hello, crackhead. Hey, I remember you from yesterday. I'm glad you didn't change your name. Sorry. Okay, good. People can hear me. I know I'm a little early, but I figured if I'm around, starting a little early, not going to hurt anybody. Akeem, how are you? Very good. Just watching futures right now. Look at this move. Crazy. Sam, hello. Just wondering, should I take a trade? Should I take a trade? Good action right now for lunchtime. I'm gonna let a little more people get on, then we can do some analysis too if people have requests for things. My first live, Danielson, very good, awesome. Said I'm curious if this wants to come up here, but like I said, this is if you're interested, this is just futures. So that's what kind of chart I'm looking at here, but from a charting perspective, this could be anything. You know, this could be a stock, this could be a forex pairing, this could be, you know, crypto. Chart is a chart. Make sure you hit that like button if you've been on past live streams and you know you're gonna enjoy this. Let's try to drive the likes up. The goal is always 50 likes, but we've just started, so that's okay. We're already at 5, even good. Better getting out of the trade early is always better than too late. Getting out of the trade early is always better than too late. Yeah, I hear you. You can't go broke taking a winner, you know. Yeah, but there's that's not totally true. So for example, let's say you have a win of that size, a win of that size, a win of that size, a win of that size. So there's 4 trades in a row with the attitude of, hey, you can't go broke taking a profit. You can't go broke if you're getting out too early. And then all of a sudden on the 5th trade, you know, that's the size of the loss on it. Well, it's like, okay. So, in other words, if this trade here had you had the opportunity to actually get something like this, but you took out the gains way too soon because you're adopting the idea of, hey, you can't go broke taking a profit. Well, yeah, you can over time go broke if you're always being way too aggressive and not letting things play out for you. But I also get what you're saying, but there's also kind of a little gray area within all that too. All right. Well, let's I'm not seeing any trade. If there's interest, we can maybe hop back and do some live trading later. But for now, let's do some analysis. So I want this to be viewer driven. If you have a request, could be a stock, could be a future, could be a crypto pairing, could be whatever you want. Just let me know. And $5 super chats go to the top, and I will get to them right away. If you don't do a super chat, then you'll just have to risk that I either never get to it, or I may not get to it 20 minutes from whenever you make the request. So if you want me to do it right away, then like I said, $5 super chats will accomplish that. Same with the question. If you have a question, I'll do my best to get to it, but I'm not going to promise that I will get to it. The only promises I'll make are with if you do a $5 super chat. I used to do $2 ones, but then it was like, okay, I'm borderline going to turn myself into like a slave laborer here. So $5 I think is a good middle ground. Gemini Rising, I need help understanding this. Well, good. Hopefully we can do some Annette all in Saudi Arabia. Anubi. Hey, very good. Okay. Now, Noah, I already saw I said I would start at the top. So on that note, everybody, there's no need to blow up the chat multiple times. I will start at the top and work. Uh-oh, we got a super chat already. All right, so I have to go directly to the super chat. Do you offer beginners classes? I do, yeah. So I'll put the link right here. Let me actually tag you so you know for sure that you're seeing it. So that what I just linked you to starts off assuming you know absolutely nothing. That's where it starts off. That's the first class you'll go through, starting off assuming you know nothing, and then it builds more and more from that point and gets more and more advanced. So yeah, that is an all-inclusive program. I used to sell classes individually, but that gets way too messy. And from a customer service standpoint, it's super annoying, if I can just be brutally honest. So we just package it all together, do bulk discount pricing. Then there's also live webinars that I do every Tuesday night. So there's a bunch of stuff that's explained at that link. You cannot click on the... Okay, then you deleted. You should be able to... Okay. I'm assuming you deleting that means you can click on it. But thank you for the super chat. And yeah, if you have any other questions, let me know. But as a beginner, that's... I always tell people, if you're brand new, you're in the best spot because you get to skip a step. What step do you get to skip? You get to skip the breaking bad habits step. So, I mean, if you have bad habits, that's okay. Those can be worked out. But you're just going to have that extra step within your journey of needing to break bad habits. Whereas somebody that's brand new, and if they get the proper start, the proper framework and education from the beginning, then, yeah, they literally will get to skip a step. Because my stuff has been, you know, the channel started in 2013. My site started in 2013. So I'm not like, I didn't just show up like last year. I didn't show up during COVID, you know, when all of a sudden traders just showed up out of nowhere. No, I'm kind of, some people would call me, you know, kind of a boomer. I don't know what you want to call me, but I've been around for a while. So point being is that the class and the program has been developed literally now over 10 years. I couldn't click it, but it was simple enough for me to type. Oh, really? Okay, maybe I need to just copy and paste that in the future then for people. Hey, Jim, can you try clicking on that link that I gave to Gemini? Does it work for you or not? All right, so again, if you want me to go to your request right away, $5 super chats will accomplish that, whether that's a question or a request, and I will start at the top. And again, just give me, you don't have to spam the box. I will eventually see it, but if you want me to get to it right away, again, that's where the super chat comes into play, but no need to type it several times. So like I said, I will see it. All right, Solana, however you can say it. So we are starting off in the world of cryptos. If I can, there we go. Daily was the... So yeah, daily, having a good day right now, but I'm skeptical. I'm not really convinced of anything because first off, it's still down below the pink line there, the 200 days simple moving average. And on top of that, it's still down below this trend line here. So maybe you're saying, okay, Clay, you say you're not convinced of anything. What would it take you to start to be convinced that maybe the bulls are starting to, you know, take back over? And that would be to not only get above that trend line there, but also the 200-day simple moving average. So that would be step one in terms of me being convinced. But right now, I'm just in the camp of this is probably a dead cat bounce. Keyword there being probably, because nobody knows that for sure. But I'm just, you know, playing the odds, kind of going with what the trend of things is going. So just keep an eye on that dynamic in terms of, you know, what would kind of be starting to maybe shift the argument a little bit. Hourly, he asked. So yeah, hourly looking very good. Preferably speaking, on the hourly, if there are any pullbacks, what would make this look the best would be if the price can stay up here above 140, 240. The reason for that being, if the price comes down here and then starts, you know, do something like that, what would you have from the hourly standpoint? Well, you'd have a pullback, but then you'd also have this big move up right here, which would still be giving you a bull flag pattern. Now, just because something's bullish doesn't mean for sure guaranteed it's going to go up. But I don't think anybody would be shocked if a bull flag all of a sudden produced a break to the upside. And then the 15-minute. Let's see. Yeah, I don't... I'm not sure the 15 is really offering... I mean, right now there is a bit of a bull pennant that has formed. So resistance, support, nice move up there. For you golfers, put the golf hold on there. So little bull pennant pattern there. Nice. At 16 likes. If you're enjoying, hit that like button. I like to... yesterday's live stream, we actually, after it went in the archive, got up over 100 likes. So we were in record-breaking territory yesterday. But bare minimum, I like to at least get to 50 to consider one of these a success. So if you are enjoying, hit that like button. Be chatty in the chat box. I was told that helps with the algorithm too. So yeah, talk to one another. Crack jokes, whatever. The more chatting, the better. So there's Solana. Let's see now where are we going to go. Again, if you want your request to go right to the top, let me know. If you're just getting logged on, this is viewer driven. I will do analysis on a stock, a crypto, forex pairing, futures contract. Just like I said, let me know in the chat box. But if you want me to see it immediately, that's where the $5 super chat comes into play. All right, BBAI. So let's take a look at BBAI. So daily, is it still down below that line? Let's extend that out. Wow, still look, and that trend line is so steep, and yet it's still struggling with it. That's bonkers. Now, to be fair, at least the price is seemingly respecting that 50-day moving average purple line there. It did gap down below there, but it has recovered nicely. So let's see what the hourly chart is. So yeah, there's that trend line that I drew on the daily, and you can see it just continues to be a thorn in the side. However, as I speak, right now at the lunch hour, bulls are currently doing battle. So the big dynamic here moving forward for the rest of the day is, can the price actually break that line? Can it actually get some continuation to the upside? If it can, then that's certainly a step in the right direction, and something that, as you can see here, it has not been able to do for many, many days. So definitely at a very interesting situation right here. And we'll have to see how that continues to play out. But I think that's probably going to be the main dynamic moving forward. And we'll check the 30-minute real quick. Yeah, same general idea here. I will say, though, just because I'm going to get rid of that level, but just because the price is able to break up through there, don't get overly excited about it, because not that far away you have the purple line there, which is the 50-period moving average, which now has already been established as, also being respected as resistance. So it's basically like a double whammy. Again, breaking above that level, that is good. That's a step in the right direction, but don't get overly excited about it, because then you're going to have to see, well, can the price actually push up through that level? And then in terms of supports, pretty straightforward. Just where did the bleeding stop today? Stopped at 479. So no need to overcomplicate it. It's really as straightforward as that. Bleeding stopped there. Therefore, that's where I would say the key level of support is at. All right. BBAI, Solana. Thank you. Nope, can't click it. Okay, let me try a test real quick on something. Let's do this. Can you click on this? Does this link work here? Oh, looks like that one works. I think it must need the HTTPS in there. I bet that one works. Oh, Joel, yeah. You were several steps ahead of me, Joel. Yes, it looks like it was indeed the HTT. Okay, sorry about that. Lesson learned. If I'm going to put links in here, they need to be URLs. Good to know. All right. Let's see where we're at. Nice, already 23 likes. Very good. BBAI. SMCI for Ethan. SMCI. I want to check on the futures. We'll see if there's any. Maybe worth keeping an eye on that trend line. So yes, this is futures we're looking at. I'd like to, past couple of days, I've done some live trades as I'm trying to show people specifically, because I know a lot of stock traders are here, stock and option and crypto people, that quite frankly, to just be brutally honest, stocks, options, futures, forex compared to futures are pure garbage. And if you're curious on that, we're like, wait a second, that's a pretty strong statement. It is a strong statement, but I believe to have a very good argument on why that is a true statement. A bold, a strong statement, yes, but I also believe I can prove to you that it is a true statement. And just my first starting argument would be, if you're a day trader in stocks and options, you have to deal with that dreaded pattern day trading rule, right? Unless you have $25,000, you can't trade as much as you want. Guess what? In futures, there's no pattern day trading rule. Trade as much as you want. Yeah, sure. So that would be. All right, well, we'll see if it wants to break that. So, all right, SMCI here, looking at the daily. Wow, this one continues to come down. Had these lines here. You have another one for me? Okay, you unfold it, and then I'll take a look. Yeah, so really daily, just telling us there's a gap down, came down a little bit more before surging. I don't know about surging. Maybe you disagree with that word, but before a respectable bounce. Let's look at the daily time frame. So yeah, I drew this yesterday, this trend line here. So again, one of those things where is today nice? And I will say it was good in the sense of...
What's this?
Oh, you made that for me?
Yeah.
Thank you. Can I have it?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'll put it right over here, okay?
But who's coming?
No, I'm on a live stream right now. Some people are listening to me.
Ice cake off?
Yeah, from everywhere, from around the world. Do you want to say hi to him real quick? Okay. Then we got to get back to work. Say hi.
Hi.
No, you got to talk right into there. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay. Say click the like button.
Where is it?
No. I'm not telling you. I'm telling you to tell them to click the like button. So just say there, click the like. Yeah. Thank you for listening to instructions. You tell them to click the like button. So say that in there. Say click the like button.
Click a button.
Good. Click the like button. Try it again.
Click a
Like button.
button.
Good job. All right. I got to get back to work. Got to get back to school. Okay. Thank you for the picture.
Here we go.
She calls this school. When I'm up here and working, it's school. You at school right now? Yep, I'm at school. So I'm at school. Oh, good job, Kit. Look, they click the like. We got some more of them. So yes, on the 60-minute, good to see. To give credit where credit's due, it bounced off the 200 period moving average. Definitely a very important level. But like, what was it? BBAI? I can't remember. And probably a lot of stocks. I'm not really convinced of anything right now until some trend lines can start to be broken. Because this could very realistically just be a dead cat bounce where it eventually rolls back over. But if the price can come up here, get up through there, then it starts to become a credible scenario where, oh yeah, maybe the bulls are back. But right now, I'm not really convinced that the bulls are back in any sort of significant way. But my mind can be changed. How can it be changed? Well, from a technical standpoint, step one, getting above that trend line there. 30-minute, yeah, just really confirms that much more because notice the trend line right now. You have the 200 period moving up there, average up there. You have the 50 period moving average up there. So if it can get through that trend line and then clear through these areas, then in my opinion, at least, that's where it starts to become a lot more reasonable to suggest that maybe the bulls are back. So yes, nice little bounce here. Is there any sort of actual genuine power behind it? That certainly remains to be seen. How are we doing on the futures over here? Okay, still has not quite approached that line. But I'm liking it. Especially if it can stay above the overnight high here. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. If I do take a trade, it'll be very minimal because I'm not looking to give back all my gains or anything like that. But for the sake of the stream, if I can convince some people to hop over and start trading futures, I think it's worth it. All right, so SMCI. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Joel. And again, I'm far behind in the chat, but that's why I say if you want me to see your message immediately and address it for sure, that's where the $5 super chat comes into play. Algorithm bump chart. Thank you for the analysis. During my look at it, I didn't see what you seen. Oh, all right, yeah. Well, I'm not saying my way. I'm not saying what I've seen is the truth. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. I missed one. Where was that? ARKK. Is this ARK? Is this Kathy Wood? Oh, brother. All right, here we go. Well, like a lot of these, I mean, look at this thing. Look at that trend line. Oh, such a steep trend line. And the price still isn't anywhere close to breaking through it. Nuts. So, but again, today on the daily, it's telling us that there has been a respectable bounce. So that's good. That's good that there's been a respectable bounce. Still more work that needs to be done. And I'm going to probably sound like a broken record on a lot of these because a lot of these have just been beat down. If you're not aware, the market has been beat down. So it's one of those things where, yeah, I mean, nice bounces can happen, but should you really have any sort of faith in the bounces? In my opinion, no, not until these movements can start to prove themselves, which again, quote unquote, prove themselves, being defined as getting up above, trend line. So the hour, and here's what I mean by just prove themselves, right? I mean, I'm not saying from a day trading standpoint, you can't make money. I mean, I'm sure some longs made money on that bounce, but was it a true bounce? Nope. Oh, look, there's another nice bounce. Was it a true bounce? Nope. Oh, look at that nice little bounce. Oh, no, nope. A little bounce, nope. And now it's bouncing again. Now, does that mean guaranteed for sure? that's going to happen? No, there are no guarantees. But would anybody be shocked? Would you be shocked if all of a sudden it came back down? Hopefully you'd be like, no, I wouldn't be shocked given the track record of this thing continually rolling back over. So that does not guarantee anything, but that's just what I mean by all these bounces, including this one from here up to here. Yeah, count me not exactly convinced right now. And then 30-minute. Yeah, so 30-minute really now is telling us before you even talk about that line at all, before that's even relevant, price has got to deal with this purple line here, 50-period moving average, which you can see is already starting to spook the price. So, again, that's not to say that the purple line can't be broken, but it is to say that really, like I said, before you put any focus on the trend line right there, price is going to need to prove itself through the purple line there. So there's ARK. SRM. All right, let's take a look at. Oh, come on now. Again, this is futures, which I would recommend everybody trades, especially if you don't have $25,000, because there is no pattern day trading rule in futures. You can trade as much as you want. Don't have to worry about, well, I only got 3 day trades per 5 days. Nope, none of that. You got 3 day trades per 5 minutes if you want it. You got 3 day trades per 1 minute if you want it. Clay, I've been following your videos since Investors Hub. When's the last time you traded a pink sheet? No, longer than 10 years probably. Been a long time. Long time since I've done anything in the world of penny stocks. I mean, penny stocks are just total waste of time. If you want to be a day trader, if you want to be a serious day trader, like if you're here just to try to like be a degenerate, like, yeah, I just want to save myself the plane ticket to Las Vegas, then okay, go throw your money around in penny stocks. But if you're looking to be a serious day trader, somebody that can actually turn it into, a side hustle, some sort of stream of income, then penny stocks are not it. Definitely not it. Mainly because of A, the pattern day trading rule, and B, that there this isn't that much liquidity. But I mean, here we're at the lunch hour. We're at noon, right? This is when things are supposed to be slow, and look how smooth things are still moving. I mean, you got a candle looking nice, moving around. All right. In a little while, I'll take a vote. I'll keep an eye on likes, but and I'll ask if you want to see some live trading, or if you want to learn more about futures for anybody here that's maybe just always done stocks and options. And futures are very cool because if you choose to do them a certain pathway, which is what I do, I mean they become, I would argue, even cooler. What did I say? I said SRM, right? I think that's what was up next. Again, I'm not promising that I'll get to your question or I'll get to your request, but I do promise $5 super chats will make that happen. And I know I keep saying that, but the nature of these live streams I'm learning is there is just a constant stream of new people getting logged on. So just want to make sure people understand the context of things. So yes, let's take a look at SMR, or SRM, excuse me, SRM. No, then he said sorry. SMR. Okay, SMR. So on the daily, gotta like the fact that it's at least respected the pink line there, which is denoting on my chart the 200-day simple moving average within the world of technical analysis, a very, very important level. So that has been respected. That is a good thing, in and of itself. And of course, it's a good thing. Assuming you're bullish, I do kind of always assume everybody's asking from a bullish standpoint. So if you're asking from a bearish standpoint, in your request, let me know and I can talk about it from things that way. But assuming you are bullish, it is a good thing that the 200 period movement has held. It's a good thing that you're getting some green here. But once again, yeah, am I really convinced of anything? No, not really. Because once again, you could look at that you could put a big old trend line in there. And I mean, and same old story. Yeah, I might have to just go right to the live because it seems like every analysis is me saying the same exact thing, which does make sense because a lot of stocks have been absolutely beat down. So it's really just a question of, yeah, it is bouncing in a little bit of green here, but is there any sort of genuine power behind it? Not sure on that. Bare minimum until it can get above the 50-period moving average right there, that purple line on the hourly. Looking at the 30-minute, yeah, you can see the 30-minute here. A tricky one. I don't like these situations where it's a resistance, but you don't quite know, right? Because here the price actually broke above it. And then, oh, just kidding. Right there, price actually broke above it. Oh, just kidding. And then you look right here and directly rejected. So yes, 30-minute time frame, definitely that is an area to keep an eye on. Although potentially an interesting trend line right there. So green for support. Maybe do we have some sort of falling wedge? I don't know. Yeah, I think, yeah. Falling wedge pattern here is starting to form. Falling wedge is bullish, but I think I already mentioned it. Just because something is bullish does not mean for sure guaranteed the price is going to go upwards. But yeah, it's getting interesting. But again, I'm not convinced of anything until these trend lines and moving averages can be broke, because there's been a lot of dead cat bounces along the way. All right, already at 39 likes. As I was telling people earlier, if we can get to 50, I consider that kind of a successful live stream. Hopefully pretty soon that'll be bumping up to 75 as I grow the live stream. I've been doing this now for I think like 2 weeks. So still new, still real, don't know what I'm doing. So if you have any suggestions or anything like that, I'm all ears in the chat box. Again, if you'd like a request, could be a stock, could be crypto, could be futures, could be Forex. Just let me know, and I will do my best to get to it. But if you want me to get to it right away and see it immediately, $5 super chats will make that happen. What did 0 say to 8? I think I've heard this one before. I don't know. What did 0 say to 8? Yes, that links work. I don't know. What did 0 say to 8? I like your belt. 0 say to 8. Okay, 0 say to 8. 8. See, Joel is an architect, so he's way smarter than I am. So his brain operates at a different plane than mine does. So his wit is just crazy. And also, Joel makes very good peanut brittle. We had a meetup in Arizona that he brought some peanut brittle to. It was fantastic. So yeah, the claytrader.com community, like I said, been around since 2013. We've done, I think, 8 meetups or 9. I don't remember all the places. First one was Baltimore. Then we went to Chicago. Then I think we went to Nashville. No, Pittsburgh, then Nashville, then Columbus, Ohio, then Denver, then Arizona. That's only 7, though. I thought there was 8. Maybe we've only done 7. Or else but anyways, yeah, I've traveled around the country meeting up with members and stuff. So yeah, it's a good community, a real community. So if you're interested in joining, you are more than welcome to join. So on that note, maybe I should do a little business if I could find, because I need to get the right links here. So there we go. So there we go. So yeah, if you are interested, by all means, come check us out. It's not free, but it's amazing what a small little price tag can do to keep out the rift draft. I trade on crypto exchange. There is no pattern day trading rule. Agreed. There's no pattern day trading rule, but you have something known as liquidity traps, and like you just staring and watching paint dry. So that is fair. That is true. In the crypto world, there is no pattern day trading rule, but there's just a lack of volume. Like, sure, you'll get surges of volume when pump and dumps and stuff are occurring, but like, look at this. Like, this is normal. Normal action. And like that move right here, depending on what sort of option you chose. So that, someone just said, that was just a bounce up to the trend line. Again, depending on what sort of option what kind of futures contract you chose and what sort of position size, that's thousands of dollars. Literally tens of thousands of dollars could have been made there. Again, you're maybe just like, what are you talking about? Like, that wasn't that huge of, yeah, it went up. But yes, the way futures works is you have a whole lot of control over the volatility in the sense of how fast your numbers add up. And that's what I like to show people on this is just take the bare minimum and have you look at that number. And if you're thinking, yeah, that number's kind of slow, yeah, but that is literally the bare minimum, and you can scale that up to as much as you want. So if you are interested in seeing some futures trading, maybe you need a little bit more convincing. If when I say there's no pattern day trading rule, that really sparks your interest, and you're like, wait a second, really? Well, I'd like to learn more. Then let me know in the chat box, and we can I can talk more about futures and show you some futures. But for now, I'll do a couple more analysis. Okay, like button clicked. Free apple cider with every new Inner Circle membership. That's not a bad idea. Okay, Chris Kelly, super chat. Thank you, Chris. Okay, there you go. How do you play futures? Do you snipe or play long plays? Okay, Chris. Would love to see what you would do in this market in futures. How do you play futures? I like both, Chris. So I like the quick ones. So I like the sniper shots. Or you say snipe. I think we're probably talking the same thing. I do like to just in and out very quickly. But yeah, I'll also I'll play longs. I'll play shorts. So yeah. Now, Chris, are you asking from a place of you don't trade futures, or do you trade futures and you're just asking me how I trade futures? Could you specify that a little bit, Chris? Just because I want to give your question the right angle. So again, are you asking from the vantage point of I trade futures, so I already know how they work. I'm just asking you, Clay, how do you trade futures? Or are you asking saying, I really don't know anything about futures, so like how do you trade futures? Okay, I see people asking about wanting an... I just started playing futures, okay. Been doing well on snipes, but longer plays have been tough. Okay, so you already trade futures. You kind of know the benefits of them. And yeah, if you've been trying to do longer plays over the past basically week, almost couple weeks now, yeah, it's been very hard because the market seems to just want to go down and down and down. But yeah, as far as playing, but I'll play long, I'll play short. Have you ever shorted, Chris? That's a good way to, maybe you don't even know what shorting is. Shorting means making money if prices go down. So why don't I go short here? Just, these are such big ranges, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do here, I've done a lot of shorts lately. Okay, cool. So you already know what shorts are, so I don't need to show you that. But yeah, as far as your question, I want to get it right. Yeah, how do you play futures? Yeah, I play them really just with the chart. I want to make sure the risk makes sense relative to the reward. And if I'm going to do a sniper shot, I need to make sure that it's a very highly likely to work in my favor. But yeah, so I'm watching this because if I could put on a trade here, that might be kind of cool. Because I'm also seeing a lot of interest, people saying, yeah, play, Clay, please tell us more about futures. All right, so what I'll do here, looking over here at the 5 minute, yeah, it's putzing around right there. Let's see, what is this? 07. Man, that's still like 20 points. So even on one, that's like not a lot, but that's kind of wild. Okay, so let me just set up and then I'll take a trade. James, how often you use 10 and 12 tick TP? How do you determine those numbers when transitioning? That's just how much points am I trying to get? So like for me, if I can get 3 points, which is 12 ticks, that'll give me a $60 move on a NQ. Don't rush a trade, brother. It's all over the place right now. Well, thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. And thank you for the super chat. I hope I answered your question the right way, but yeah. But you did also say, hey, you'd love to see how I would trade this market. Yeah, so hopefully I can put on a trade there. But so real quick, as far as futures are concerned and why I would make the bold claim, futures make stocks, options, crypto, Forex look like garbage is because, number one, there's no pattern day trading rule. So, and that's a big thing in and of itself. You may trade. It's not based on volatility. Yeah, it's... It really depends on the situation, James. So this is where live streaming is hard because I was just trying to explain. And I'm not blaming you, James, but then all of a sudden I distract myself with a question. Good, Chris. Thank you. I'm glad I did, and I'm glad you love futures. But so reason number one, if you are annoyed by the pattern day trading rule, there's no pattern day trading rule. Rule number two, or reason number two, they're open pretty much around the clock. So if you have a full-time job and you need a little bit of flexibility, that's fine. Like I said, right now it is lunchtime, and it's still moving around plenty. So, I mean, sometimes are better than others, sure, but they're open around the clock, so there's a lot of time flexibility. Another reason, if you want to short, then, especially in the world of like penny stocks and small caps and stuff like that, you have to go and try to find brokers that have shares that they can lend you. So, you have to locate shares for those of you that are in that world. You know what I mean by that. But what comes along with that is now you have to pay higher fees to locate shares, to borrow. So you're paying fees on top of fees. Plus, things are very volatile, and on those micro caps, small caps, they can explode, and you can get roasted, which is where then a future reason comes into play also. And then another reason, there's no scanning. Like, right, for stocks or cryptos or anything, you have to like, what's the hot stock for the day? What's moving? What's not moving? Is it going to keep moving? And you have all those questions. With futures, there's none of that. You just trade the same thing every day. Every single day you trade the same thing. How can that be possible? Because in futures, the same thing every day provides multiple opportunities. So you have no hassle of needing to, I got to search for this or I got to pay for scanners. None of that. You just pull up the same thing. The two things that I trade, and they're mirror images of one another, are the MNQ and the NQ. For those of you that are just going to start off, if I can convince you, start with the MNQ. M stands for micro, meaning your gains aren't going to be a whole lot, but your risk isn't going to be a whole lot either. But as I plan on doing one MNQ, so like the bare minimum that could be created in terms of, prices moving up and down. And I think you'll be like, whoa, wow, that's pretty impressive for just one. But those are the two. So in other words, I don't have to scan. I don't have to pay for scanners. I don't have to spend any time in the morning scanning the markets. No, I know that I'm going to be trading MNQ and NQ, and every single day they deliver. And then the final reason, and this ties back to, if you're, I want to trade small caps, or I want to short small caps, or I just want to trade small caps. Well, there's rug pulls. There's all sorts of drama and nonsense that happens in the meme coin world, the penny stock world, the small cap world. And yeah, if you nail one of those, it can be good. But I mean, I like the short squeezes. I want to find a short squeeze. Okay, well, those happen here too. Like, there's plenty of movements that occur. But at the flip side, because those big movements can happen, people can get absolutely roasted. But what I would recommend and what I do, and that's what's at the top of the screen, is you can trade futures through a prop firm. And what a prop firm does is it minimizes your risk. How does it minimize your risk? Well, at the top of the screen, you hear me, or you see it. Hey, get $50,000 of buying power for only $85. Now, you have to use that link because that's where the 50% off is coming from. But for the $85, you could get $50,000 worth of purchasing power. And then this is what is known as a test phase. You have to be able to prove yourself as a trader. And my whole point, especially if you're a newer trader or somebody that's learning and struggling, and we've all had those moments where we're like, oh, wow, that was really stupid. How did that happen? Wow, that was really painful, but I learned a lot. Well, in this situation, you can lose up to $2,000. So during the test phase, the goal is to make $3,000, but you're not allowed to lose $2,000. And if you do lose $2,000 though, you do something stupid, you lose your mind, does it actually cost you $2,000? You would be correct if you're saying, well, no, Clay, it doesn't cost you $2,000. It would only cost you what the account cost, which was $85. So I would rather have one of those, whoops, that was stupid, but wow, I learned a whole lot. I would rather have one of those moments cost you $85 as opposed to $2,000. And if you are using your own money, then that was literally a $2,000 lesson from your own money. So that in and of itself, very, very beneficial thing to do with prop firms, because I don't care what people tell you. We all lose our mind from time to time. We all go on tilt from time to time. The trading is very hard. It's a very mental game. And sometimes the voices just take over and you do something stupid, which can very realistically, whether you're trading, small caps or anything, could lead to a $2,000 loss. But in the world of futures with prop firms, it was actually just an $85 loss because they would take away the account from you. Now you could go and repurchase another account and try again, but that in and of itself is a huge benefit to futures. Is if you do it through a prop firm, your risk can be very minimized. So if you have any other questions on prop firms, how they work, but yeah, you have to go through a test phase. And I always recommend just pass the test within a month. You may think, wait, in 1 month, because I don't want, you don't want to have to pay another $85, but in 1 month, make $3,000. I'm telling you, in the world of futures, that is very, very reasonable. Now, I'm not saying it's easy, because trading's not easy, but is it reasonable? Absolutely. So that is my kind of pitch for future. Oh, and I missed the breakout. That's okay. I'm looking to trade futures. Have only seen your snipe shots from yesterday. How do you take long short trades? Well, I've done more than so Akeem, because that's just not true. You're operating under a false premise. So I'm gonna let's see. So this is just my side. This is okay. So right here is this is not a snipe on this one. In that video, I am playing breakouts. But yeah, let's see if we can get a trade in here. I will put on a trade just so those of you can see kind of how volatile things can be. Actually, let's get to 50. Let's at least get to 50 likes. Because who knows, maybe people are not interested. Maybe we want to go back to the analysis, but can we get to 50 likes? Maybe not. Maybe people. Oh, there's 49. Come on, one more. One more. I'll take a trade. I could see getting short right here. 52. All right. So what I want you to pay attention to is this number down here. And I want you to watch how it fluctuates. And so, because right now I'm doing the bare minimum of what could be done. All right, let's just get, here we go.
Order filled.
All right, so let me get my stop up there. So that number right there. And the key thing to remember is if you're looking at those numbers and saying, that's it, that's barely even moving up or down, that can be solved very, very quickly. How so? All you would have to do is come up to that number right there and bring it higher. I am on one of a micro contract. Micro are the very, very modest movers. So like I said, just watch these numbers. And if you're thinking, oh, yeah, that this is the bare minimum. The bare minimum. For every contract you would add, then you would double that number. So right now, let's see if this thing wants to come back down. But that is the main thing I'm trying to convey to you, is that number right there. And if you're not happy with it, if you don't like how it's fluctuating, I need to see bigger things than that, no problem. Easy solution. Come up here on the platform, you can click on that, and what do you want to do? Or then you can just type in whatever number you want. And super easy to put in the orders with this platform. I just click right here and I could, ask me what I want to do. You can just use the buttons up here. Yeah, let's see if this thing wants to come down. If it can get down through these lows, I'm going to bring my stop loss down to not quite break even, but at least minimize the loss. Come on, come down some more. Come on. Yeah, that's through there. All right, I'm going to bring it down to right above there. So still could be a losing trade, just not as big. Now, if I had multiple contracts, I could have scaled out something there, but that's okay. Because I'm doing this more so for YouTube or for the live stream so people can see just how these numbers fluctuate. And again, this is the bare minimum. That's why I like to do one micro, because it's the bare minimum volatility. So if you don't like what you see, you can move things. There we go. All right, let's get to break even now. Actually, let's go slightly ahead. So now, worst case scenario, this is a winning trade. There we go. Good. I'm going to move it down some more as it works in my favor. So the blue line was my entry. Green line. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, there we go. There we go. Look at this. There's no penny stock. Look at this movement. Here we go. Look at this. Come on. And going to get stopped out. We'll see. Am I going to get stopped out? Looking like it. Come on. And again, this is only on one contract. One. There we go. Let's move it down some more. Hide right above that overnight high. There we go. Going to get above that high now. Just letting it work for me. And I'm out there. Filled. So I don't know how much I ultimately made on that one. I can't remember what that number was beforehand, but that was on one contract of the lowest you can get. Again, that was an MNQ, the M standing for micro. Had that been an NQ, should have done an NQ, that would have been 10 times more. Chris just made 800. Fantastic, Chris. Good job. Congrats. Take 99 of that and join our group. Sounds like you'll fit in very nicely. So take 99 of that and go here, and I want you to join our group. I'm recruiting quality. I'm recruiting serious people. Now, you don't have to be a good trader, but you do have to be serious. So for those that want to join, you don't have to be a good trader, but I do want serious traders. And I can tell Chris seems to be. So join that, Chris. Take 99 of that and come join us. But there we go. So now maybe you were still sitting there and like, no, I didn't really like how that added up. All you would have had to do is go up there and change that number higher. And then that gain would have been even bigger. Mark just made 3,000 that move. Now, did Chris and Mark, did you puppet trade me? Did you take that trade because I took it? Or did you take it of your own thought process? And answer honestly here, because I'm actually trying to figure out something that I might need to be a little bit more upfront about. Okay, you took it because I took it. I appreciate your honesty. Okay. Please, thank you, Chris, for following me, but please realize, this is just, I'm a moron, okay? This is not advice. I'm not telling you what to do. Okay, just keep that in mind. Just because, and not to mention there's a delay in the stream. So by the time you're seeing what I'm doing, I already did it. So just keep that in mind. I know that's fine. I appreciate that, Chris. But, I'm just waiting for the day. It's like, hey, moron, you owe me that money. You said it would do this. It's like, I said no such thing. I've made no such claim. But congratulations. So now you definitely need to join for 99. I need a slice of that, Kelly. I need a slice. You use a prop firm as well? Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. Of course. Why would people not use a prop firm? The risk is so minimal. Morons United. I don't know. Do I get short here? That could be a nice tight little stop. I think this line is donezo. I'll get rid of that level. Again, we are looking at futures trading here. For anybody that trades stocks or options or futures, I would highly recommend getting into futures. There's no pattern day trading rule. There's just so many good things going on. And again, I will still do a request. So if you would like for me to analyze a stock that you're in or a crypto or whatever, I will still do that. $5 super chats will make it happen. I'll get into it right away. Which prop firm do you use? You can see that up at the link, but it is Take Profit Trader is who I use and recommend. So that link there will take you right to them and give you the deal right now, which is 50% off. But yeah, I like Take Profit Trader. There's lots of prop firms out there, but I like other prop, and this doesn't make other prop firms a scam. I'm not saying that. But in my mind, once you start to make money, you should be able to request the money and get it to your bank account. Other prop firms are like, no, you can only request the money every couple of times a month, maybe every other week, stuff like that. Take Profit Trader, after you prove yourself as a trader, they're like, no, if you start making money, you get it, and you can have it on the same day. That's the only reason I haven't done it. I don't know who to trust. Yeah, JW, I can, yeah. They pay. Several members of our private group have paid. So yeah, and I'm not out there like, I'm not recommending a bunch of prop firms because I'm with you. Like, if I'm going to put my name on something, there needs to be some sort of track record. There needs to be something there. And take, I mean, I'm recommending them. Like, I'm putting my name next to them. It's who I use. It's who you just witnessed, that trade. I don't know if you were here for that. But yeah, I have no problem putting my name by them. They pay. And the nice thing is, like I said, they pay quickly, right? If you make money, now this is, again, after you've proven yourself as a trader, after you get through that test phase. But after that, which in, prop firm lingo is, you get to the funded state, then they will, they pay you whenever you want. And you can, in fact, some people request multiple payments per day. Right, if you like to see the live trade stuff, hit that like button. That's always, because I don't know. What I'm trying to figure out is what is more popular. Is the live trading and this sort of stuff more popular, or is the analysis stuff more popular, or should I just continue to kind of do both? So that's really what I'm trying to figure out. But if you are enjoying the analysis, or if you're enjoying the live trading, so I'm glad I did not take that short. That would have been a loser because it did spike up and would have taken me out both. Okay, thank you for the feedback there. Again, if you have a question, if you would like for me to take a look at something, $5 super chats will make that happen. And if you do have any questions on prop firms, let me know. Do you have a video on how to get set up to trade? Platform broker. Yeah, Jeff. So the nice thing here is I'm assuming that you're talking about futures since that's a current topic. But I would say go with a prop firm. So thank you, Jeff, because that sparked my memory. So the other very, very nice thing about prop firms is, let's just say, Jeff. Let's say Jeff's like, okay, yeah. I want to get started, but he's asking about platform and broker. All you have to do with a prop firm is you would come here and you would purchase an account. So for $85, use that link so you get the 50% off. So for $85. After that, they will go and create the brokerage for you. And during the process of signing up, they'll ask you what platform do you want. I use Tradeovate. So, and the lingo or the logo is a blue T. So Tradeovate is what you're seeing right here. So they'll ask you what platform do you want. I would say, if you like what you're seeing here, Tradeovate. After that, and you buy the account, they will set up the brokerage for you. And then they will send you your login information. So you just download the Tradeovate platform. It'll ask you for your login. You get logged in, and there you go. So as far as, oh, great, I don't like opening up new brokerages. It's a pain. I got to fill out all this stuff. And nope, none of that. You just purchase the brokerage account, or purchase the prop firm account, and they take care of all that for you. And, it all happens within usually about an hour, even sometimes less. And you'll have your login information. Does that make sense, Jeff? Claire, you're going to be doing this every day. I have been doing this every day. Yeah, I've been trying to get kind of establish my time at about 11:45 a.m. Eastern time. And usually I'll start off doing some analysis, and I'm still willing to do analysis. Like I said, if anybody wants me to take a look at any of their positions, give some thoughts on it, I will do that. But like I said, right now, looks as though the future, 11 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, 11:45 a.m. Eastern is when I've been. So if you subscribe to the channel, it should alert you, I think. I guess I'm not quite sure how exactly that works, but yeah. I don't know. Right now, kind of just choppy. But we'll see. Yes. Okay, good, Jeff. So is anybody here? Let me know. Kyle, can you analyze RC? Yeah, I mean, I will analyze. Sorry, I should have been a little bit more clear. It's Friday. I'm kind of over analyzing. I'd rather just sit here and talk futures, maybe get some more live trades. So if you want me to do an analysis, super chats would be good. Shakeout retest of high day within an hour. Yeah, so you're long right now, James? Can you put a link to the prop firm? Yeah, yep. There you go. Using that link will automatically apply the 50% off. So James says it's going back to highs within an hour. Said this is just a shakeout. So I'm assuming James is long right now. Yeah, no problem, Kyle. You may need to subscribe and turn on notifications. Yeah, exactly. I think that's, if you want to get notified of the live streams, you have to subscribe and turn on notifications. Long from 5,900. Oh, okay. You must be talking about ES. So you were talking ES, which isn't, so James is talking about the S&P 500. What this futures market is about is what's going on in the NASDAQ. So you can trade different things within the world of futures, but for simplicity's sake, I say if you want good movement, and because you're new, just start with the MNQ. MNQ. And that's all you got to do every single day. You don't have to run scans. You don't have to waste your time with any of that stuff. But yeah, James seems like a little bit of a different trader. He's one to hold for longer periods of time. It's all the same. ESNQ. No, that's not true. It's not all the same. ESNQ move differently in terms of ticks and dollars. They're two different markets. So are they similar? Sure. But are they the same? They are not the same. Nope. I do not do Rhythmic. Like I said, my platform, I just use Tradeovate. Chris. I don't know. Is that a short right there through there? So down there, whew, 80, that's like a 20 point for the sake of the stream. Took the words right out of my mouth on ES versus NQ. Yeah, exactly. Had to use the word similar. I'm fully on board with James. But to use the word same, no, not true. Not true. So what's the consensus in the chat? Should I get short here? We'll do a chat trade. Should I get short here? Is it coming down? I mean, it's just 1 micro, so. Rashid says long. Too high of a stop. Falling forwards, too high of a stop. Okay. So right now it seems like the consensus would be not so wise right now. All right. I can respect that. I'm all for people thinking for themselves. Let's keep hitting that like button. If you are enjoying the live trades, if you're enjoying seeing this stuff, learn about futures, then let me know. If you short, NASDAQ will go long. So I also have a question. Do any of you trade stocks or options or Forex? And now you're kind of, am I piquing your interest in learning more about futures? If that's you, like give me a 5 in the chat box. Would you say that, hey, I've been doing stocks, but seeing this, hearing about futures, yeah, like you've really piqued my interest. That seems like something that I definitely really need to seriously consider. Is that anybody here? I'm trying to figure out like what sort of demographic do I have? Because if you're all just futures traders already, then I realize I'm kind of just preaching to the choir. But if there are people here that are like, oh yeah, I didn't know that futures were actually that straightforward. Oh, nice, good. And Jeff was asking about where to. Very good, very good. Okay, good, cool. I could put it right. Yeah, it's just kind of messy with all those. I'll hold off. Liquidity grab down, then right up. So I assume Stickman is going long right now. So you just went long there, Stickman? Been trading futures for almost 2 years. Okay, falling forward, let me ask you a question, and then that way people don't have to take my answer. But assuming that you trade either stocks or stocks or options or Forex or crypto before futures, would you say that futures make all those other things kind of basically a waste of time? From a day trading standpoint, that's what I mean. From a day trading standpoint, would you say all those other things are kind of a waste of time compared to futures that you've been doing for 2 years? I'm curious of your answer. That way people don't think I'm just saying stuff just to say it. Like I said, I think I make a good case, but absolutely won't go back. Cannot beat the volatility on futures. Yeah, exactly. Okay, now it's coming up. I took a loan for options trading. Bought at the money calls of March. That's a terrible thing to be doing. Taking loans to trade options. Terrible idea. I would highly recommend you don't do that. I would highly recommend you sell that position, pay back the loan. In fact, I hope that you're just trolling right now and that's not the truth. That is a very, very poor idea. More than just volatility, also liquidity. Yes, exactly. Yep. High of day test before low of day test. Still a good chance at break low of day. Are you sure, James? Or are you just talking? No, James, not whatever it takes. James, are you a degen? Are you a degen, James? No, that's not whatever it takes. That's a very poor idea. That's a very poor idea. Get rich or die trading. Now, I'm assuming you're joking around somewhat, but no, seriously, daily option trader, if that's a serious statement, if you literally took out a loan to trade options, I mean, taking out a loan to trade anything, that's a very poor idea. And in fact, you definitely lied on how you got the loan because there's no bank. I think yesterday you mentioned you're in India, so I guess I can't speak for sure, but in the United States, you can't walk into a bank and be like, I need a loan. Yeah, for what? I'm going to be a day trader of options. No, denied. So again, to be fair, maybe India gives out loans for that sort of thing. But like I said, you are tiptoeing on financial ruin. Still trying to figure out if I want to try to make a move here. Kind of want to... Can we get up to 75 likes? That would be amazing. Where are we at time-wise? At an hour. All right. I'll go another 30 minutes. Another 30 minutes. Again, if there's any questions or anything like that, let me know. I'm happy to answer them. Part of the title of these, I'm pretty sure, is still chit chat. So yeah, we can chit chat it up. Oh, falling forward. Who are you? Are you Second Chance? Who are you from the chat room? From the community? We found the captain of Morons United. Yeah, I mean, I want to be... nobody's perfect in life. We all do dumb things. But I've had my moronic moments for sure. Oh. Yeah. Who are you in the inner circle? Falling forward. Are you Second Chance? I know Second Chance was in here previously, but under a new name. Given the fact you are referring to my songbird voice, for those of you that are not aware, I am the songbird of my generation. I'm just trying to figure out if I need to give you mod powers. Like, if you're Second Chance, then I want to give you mod powers because I know I can trust you. Which now I guess you could theoretically lie to me and be like, yeah, I'm Second Chance. Could be a podcast listener. I do have a podcast, by the way, James. Did you know that? You are? Okay, I'll trust you. Let me give you mod privileges here. There you go. I now believe you have the chance to be able to mute people and delete messages, so I will defer to your judgment. Shame on me. Let's see, VWAP long. What is that? 40 to basically 20. That's a 20-point move. 20-point stop. So that'd be about a $40 loss. Yeah, for the sake of the video, let's do it. Maybe I'll require a bit of... No, here we go. There we go. So I'm going... So let's... And then sell. So right there, look, my trade plan is in. Green to go long, red, stop. And what I want you to focus on is this right here. Look at those numbers. If you're thinking, oh, I like how those fluctuate, fantastic. If you're saying, no, that's too slow, then you can make that change and make it a lot faster by just going up there and raising that number up. So I'm basically catching a falling knife here, but like I said, I'll do it for the sake of the live stream so we can get another trade so people can get an idea of what futures... Again, this is the bare minimum of what is possible in futures. Come on. If it can get up above VWAP, I'll move my up and just like that out. So there we go. So you can go back and if you need, just watch those numbers. And again, I know I keep repeating myself, but I want people to understand that if that was too slow for you, very, very easy solution. Right there, you can change. Now, how much could you change it? And this is what I like about prop firms too. They make the math easy. Because I could see you saying, hey, if I have $50,000 of purchasing power, what does that actually get me? And right here it tells you the max you can do is either 6 contracts of the very, very, very volatile style or 60 of the micros. 60. So those numbers that you just saw right there, like I said, if you're like, now that's too slow, you could change this number up to 60 if you wanted to. Think about that. So yes, volatility is in your hands within the world of futures, and that's why I love them. And it's at no extra cost, right? Think about it. If you want to create more volatility, get those numbers to fluctuate more with stocks, well, sure, you just have to buy more shares. But do you have an account that's big enough to buy more shares in futures? That's very straightforward. Why did I not short? You all heard me say that. Should I be shorting that trend line right there? And what did I do? I went long. I tried to catch the falling knife, and it cut me. It sliced me. So just, I want you to keep that in mind. And once again, well, yeah, but I mean, I can still only do 3-day trades. Nope, there's no pattern day trading rule. Now, if maybe you're a beginner to the markets and you don't even know, like, okay, who cares? I'm going to do stocks. I'm brand new. There is this thing called the pattern day trading rule. And unless you have $25,000, you are not allowed to trade as often as you want. It's crazy. You're not allowed to trade as often as you want. But in futures, you are. Your songbird status is mentioned in your podcast. Oh, is it? Is it? Well, that implies that you listen to the podcast, James, so thank you. James said I'd be fine, and then I got stopped out. James, I thought you said I would be fine. You said we were going up to highs within the hour, James. What are you talking about? Come on, James. By highs, did you mean like new lows? I'm just busting your chops, James. Trading is hard. Trading is hard. Oh, you're talking to the Indian kid. Gotcha. You'll be fine. Do you use level 2s in futures? I mean, you can, but no, not really. And they're not really level 2s. It's called the depth of market, which is this thing over here, which is flashing around all over the place. So that right there, that's, I just put that on because I know a lot of viewers kind of like that. So I figure I'll just kind of give them a reference point. That's why options on futures is better. Define upfront risk. Risking much less to still make money from regulated futures. I've done it all. To each their own. Oh, okay. You're talking to James. Yeah, I'm not quite sure I agree about the risk up front. To be fair, I suppose you could always get slippage, but you're going to have a very close idea of what the risk would be. JW, as long as you close a trade before the end of the day, your account won't be... Yeah, exactly, JW. So if you do a prop firm, they don't want you holding things overnight because they ultimately they want you to become a good trader. And they implement rules that are focused on risk control, risk management. So one of those is like, I get it, the degen thing to do, let's just hold overnight. Let's see what happens. I'm like, yeah, I mean, you can make good money, but that cuts both ways. And eventually that way will get you roasted. And this is also why you want to use a stop loss. Think about it. I got stopped out right about here. Now look at where the price is at. Just cut the loss. It's okay. You're never going to be right every time. Are you still in any leaps for next week? I don't know if I don't think Sammy is directed at me. There we go, 68. Come on, let's go. 7 more likes. Okay, super chat. We got to get right to it. From Kyle. RC. All right, we're going to RC for Kyle. He did the $5 super chat. Alan S. Okay, we'll start on the daily for RC. And if you would like an analysis done on a stock, crypto, futures, forex, whatever, it's $5 super chat. We'll get that done right away. So daily looking respectable. Still work that needs to be done, but I mean, you got to like this component right here. Putting in higher lows, that is always a good thing. So from the daily, I can tell I like that. But you got to think that a lot of people have drawn something probably very similar to that line, give or take. There is still the downwards drift to things. Steve, trash trader. Somebody's a trash trader. But you got to keep an eye on that level there just from an overarching sense. But again, so that's kind of the negatives. You still do have a downwards drift, but within the downwards drift, the bulls are starting to make it logical to suggest that, hey, you know what? We're here. So let's go down to the hourly. Okay, nice. Okay, so got to like this very much so on the hourly. Really respecting that. Look at that. The power of charts. What a coincidence. 3 in a row, right off that pink line, which on my chart denotes the 200 period moving average. No, charts are not perfect. It's not always going to bounce beautifully off that level. But to anybody that use charts, is that like a shocking development? If you were to tell them, yeah, the price bounced off of the 200-day simple moving or the 200 period moving average, they're not going to they're not going to be shocked by that. So yeah, in the very near term, so we have this overarching trend line right here, keep in mind, but I would say in the near term and the hourly, before you really put any focus on that, it's doing battle with this level. What is that? 694. Yeah, check it out. 694 in the very near term. Rejected, rejected, and now right here, rejected. So a high volume break of 694, no guarantees, but I think in my mind, very valid, very plausible to think that that could send the price up to there and do battle with that trend line. And then potentially even get the break of there. But again, no guarantees, but like I said, a good solid high volume break of 694, I think puts that trend line very much so in play. But that's certainly going to be the key battleground right now. Bull flag. No, I'm not seeing any bull flags here. Now, to be fair, maybe what you're suggesting is if this pulls back some more, then yeah, not the end of the world, because from that standpoint, you would have a pullback, but you'd also have this movement up right there. So that'd give you a nice little miniature bull flag pattern. So maybe that's what was being referred to there. But yeah, I don't see any sort of bull flag at this exact moment, but you get a couple more pullbacks. That could be possible. Let's take a look at the 30-minute. Yeah, so pretty much just reiterating the same thing. That 694 is the main battleground. I don't know. I don't know if this trend line. I'll leave that to Kyle. I'll let you decide. Does that trend line make sense to you? Do you think that's worth keeping an eye on? I'll put it in there for now, but I'm kind of torn on it. I mean, I guess really what you have here, so this is how I would measure the strength of the bears. Are the bears taking back over, or have things, kind of completely deteriorated? You essentially now in the 30-minute have 3 battlegrounds drawn from the bull standpoint. Preferably speaking, you'd want to see that hold. If it doesn't hold, okay, not the end of the world, because at least you still have that trend line right there. But even if that doesn't hold, yeah, things aren't really ideal, but at least the price would still be above the pink line there. However, if the price comes down here through that level, then in my mind, that's a signal that it's a full-blown reversal, because all 3 of these areas would have been erased if the price were to come down through that level. So I would say the 30-minute is very helpful, just in the sense of, okay, yeah, it's drifting upwards. How strong is the quote-unquote drift? Keep your eye on these areas, and as long as the price can at least maintain above those, that will keep the overall drift. That will imply that the bulls are still in charge of that. JW. Okay, so I see some questions here that Oh, this is okay. Yeah, Jay, I like you. Oh yeah, okay. I like you. I'm gonna give you mod privileges too. You're newer, but I can tell you're a quality person. So add. There you go. So if you see something that is just blatantly needs to be mopped up, I trust you to be able to take care of it. Let's see, what else did I see? JW, okay, thanks. That's all I need to know. Signing up right now, and we'll read the terms and agreements, of course. Okay, good. Yeah, JW, make sure you use that link so you can get the 50% off. Don't short in the hole. Unlikely they follow through to the downside like yesterday. James, you said within the hour this thing was going to be at new highs. Right? Wasn't that you? What broker do you use? I am using a prop firm. So what I'm using is this. If you use that, thanks for subbing. So I'm using a prop firm, which is Take Profit Trader. So if you use the link that you see on the top of the screen there, it'll take you here. And what I'm talking about here is, for the whole 50,000 buying power, that right here. So you can get 50,000 of buying power for $85. And then somebody else asked, okay, but BC said, what is the minimum cost for one share in a trade? Now, these are you're not trading shares in futures, you're trading contracts. So what is a minimum, what is a minimum cost? That's what I mean is you don't have to do any math. It's dependent on the account. So let's say you're like, no, I just want a $25,000 account. Okay, well, you're paying $75, and that's telling you, again, not how many shares, but how many contracts. So you can do 3 contracts of the very, very volatile type or 30 of the more minimal. But for those of you that have been here and seen me trade, even those very minimal ones, yeah, those numbers can add up very quickly. So does that answer your question, BC? Again, they're not shares, they are contracts. And then again, unwemmed, this is what I'm using. I'm using a prop firm, and then after you sign up for the prop firm, I use Tradeovate as my platform. They will create an account for you and then send you the login information, and you get logged in and you can start trading right away. But yeah, I am trading futures through a prop firm, which is right there. Okay. So can we get 3 more likes? Let's get up to, I mean, could we even, let's see, we have 15 minutes. Could we get up to 100 likes in 15 minutes? Which would be a new record. So if you are enjoying this content, if you feel like you're learning things, if maybe I've opened your eyes to something, hit that like button. Because I want people to learn, I want to help out, I want to add value, and I'm a capitalist, I want to make some money. So, I'm not going to sit here and, claim, oh, I'm a sweet little angel and I'm just here purely out of the goodness of my heart. No, I like to help. I like to teach, but I got to make money too. I got to monetize my time. So I'm also here to make money. So that's where, hitting the like button, super chats, using that link, that is an affiliate link. I will get something, but I think that you get a whole lot from that too. So those are just easy ways to support the channel. But nice. We're at 75. That's really good. Let's see. Can we make another trade here? Or do I wait for the overnight low? So overnight low, that just means that's the lowest this futures contract has gone since the open, and the open of this day was back yesterday on Thursday at 6 p.m. Because futures close for 1 hour during the day. They close from 5 p.m. Eastern to 6 p.m. and then they open back up. And then they open up. They're open all night, and then they're open all the way until 5 p.m. Eastern of the next day. So there's a whole lot of flexibility for sure. Again, if somebody would like me to take a look at something, $5 super chat makes that happen. If you have a question that you for sure want me to see, again, $5 super chats, make sure that I'll see it. Because sometimes I get distracted, and then there does become a point where there's a lot of questions going on. I don't know. See, this is where I got to be careful. I just want to make a trade for the sake of the stream. But I got to stay halfway. But again, when I'm just staying at 1 micro, but I want to, because I know there's new people. I want to continue to show people, like, stop wasting your time with stocks and stocks and Forex and all that other stuff. So again, I think we'd all agree this has been very smooth action we've been seeing. But what do a lot of people do? They show up like, well, I want to trade, a microcap stock. So what's a microcap stock that's been really popular today? Let's take a look at its 2-minute chart. Okay, TRNR has 143 million shares traded. It's trading for less than $5. So, whoa, that's a lot of shares. Okay, again, let's keep in mind we're looking at the 2-minute time frame. So 2 minutes, meaning every one of these represents 2 minutes worth of action. So let's now hop and look at 2 minutes of, again, TRNR. Ready? Let's see how this chart looks. And again, each one of these moves is like 3 cents. So if this were to come, let's cover this distance right here, From here up to there, that would be a whopping 20-cent move. Come down here on oh, wow, it dropped even more. And then, look at all this action. And these movements, the way that they're priced, the potential here is pretty crazy. James, you said this was going to new highs within the hour. It's almost been an hour since you said that. I thought you said this is going to new highs. James, do you have a stop loss? If so, where's your stop loss? You should probably be implementing it here pretty soon. I don't know if James is still here. I'm just saying, James, I want to help you. Like, I hope you have a stop loss in place, because right now it is not operating per your claim. So I do, in all seriousness, I hope you have a stop loss in. Don't get roasted. Yeah, I really don't have any room. I don't have any place for my stop right now. I don't know where I'd put my stop. If I'm thinking, I don't know, I go short. It's just a dead cat bounce that wants to roll back over. But right now, stop loss would just be way too far away. And I really don't like long, because even that stop, yeah, it's just kind of in a no man's land right now. I've been there before. It'll come back. Yeah, I mean, I think if we're all honest with ourselves, I think we've all been at that spot. It'll come. The hold and hope, right? And then you justify it by like trying to virtue signal. Oh, I have diamond hands. It's like, okay, nice cope. That's just your mind's way of rationalizing doing something really stupid. Is you pull out some sort of high, you know, moral horse. So, well, I'm just better than you because I have diamond hands. Okay, all right. I don't. I have paper hands. All successful traders that I know have paper hands. If you want to find success, step 1, develop paper hands. Learn to say, I was wrong. Learn to cut the loss. Okay, well, maybe I could work something here. What would that be? Yeah, I can take that. So if this wants to get up to right here and bump its head and come back down, I'm willing to get short. But step 1, it's got to come up here and bump its head. Did it bump its? It did. It did. Okay. So I want to sell right there, and then my stop will be. So let's see if it wants to come back down. Now, if it pushes up too much, it's going to wreck my risk profile. Okay, which it just did there. So never mind. I'm out. All right. Well, it tried. But now I'm not willing to go short there because the risk profile on it just it got skewed too far out of. Did you choose NQ over ES for volatility? Good question, James. Yeah, exactly. Yep. You dirty. What is that? Is that 20? No, that's like 25 points. Such a volatile day today. Crazy. I like it, but why did it have to go up so much? You messed things up. Maybe we could try 75 up to 8. Okay, I like that. So let's go 75, sell, stop right there. We'll see if it wants to come back up. I may have missed it though. If I do get filled though, for those of you that are new to futures, I'm trying to convince you that futures are way better. That's the number you'll want to watch. And you'll want to watch how fast it fluctuates. Now, if you're just arriving, or maybe if you're watching this in the archive, well, I guess if you're watching this in the archive, you would have already seen the live trades. But if you're just getting here, there have already been some live trades that have shown those numbers fluctuating. Like I was saying, world free speech at this point. If you want any sort of analysis, that'll take a $5 super chat because right now I'm trying to potentially put on a trade here. Yes, $5 super chats immediately get my attention. Come on, are you going to come back up there? Cornell, yo, working my way through the first challenge. Awesome, Cornell. Hopefully you used my link. And what size account did you get? So I recognize your name, so you must just be within the first couple of days. And I had some other questions for Cornell. 77 likes. Come on, let's get up into the 80s. Did use code Clay. Fantastic. I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting the channel. So, is this your first time trading futures? Remind me. Oh, got two. Got a 50 and a 75. Okay. All right, here we go. Are we going to get filled here? Come on. If it hits that red line, I'm in. If it hits that red line, then these numbers down here will start to move around. Yes, first with futures. Okay, next question. What did you trade before futures? I'm interviewing you because I want people in chat box to read this and just get the perspective from somebody else. See if you agree with what I've been preaching to people. Move that up a little bit more. Shrink up my wrist box a tad. So what did you trade before futures, Cornell? We have less than 5 minutes left. I'll go for another 15 minutes if we can get up to 100 likes. I don't know if that's possible. But if you're enjoying and you want me to go for an hour and 45 minutes, if we can get up to 100 likes in the next 4 minutes, then I'll keep it going. If not, I'll consider it mission complete. But yeah, we got to get up to 100 likes, and then maybe we can... So right now, still trying to get short at that red line there. But I don't know if it's going to come up and film me or not. Stocked for a few years and then options was pretty predictable. Profitable, however, would rather risk other capital than my hard-earned capital. Okay. So would you agree, though, that futures, the way they move is pretty cool? Like, are you seeing the potential and how you have so much control over how much volatility you want? But what are your thoughts so far? Like they move pretty smooth. They move quite a bit, don't they? There's potential there for gains to add up really quickly. Would you agree with that? Yes, I enjoyed so far. Yeah, exactly. Yep, good. Here comes a liquid grab on the NASDAQ. So are you in, Stickman? Like, how are you playing this? So you're already short, or are you gonna how are you gonna take advantage of the liquid grab? I don't even know what a liquid grab is, but like people throw around like lots of cool sounding things. And I'm like, okay, but like, how are you going to play that? Stickman, you better not be some armchair quarterback that's just sitting here making claims but not actually doing anything about it. Because you made a very bold claim. Here it comes, the liquid grab. Not maybe a liquid grab is coming, not liquid grab potentially. You're like, here it comes. So how are you playing it? I want to know. We got trying to keep my stops tight and work 10 points at a time. They're good, Cornell. I like it. I like it. I like that you have a strategy in place. And FYI, if you blow an account, like, welcome to the club. That's sort of like part of it. So it doesn't make you a bad trader or anything like that. Some of the best traders I know have blown multiple accounts because sometimes it just happens. But as you are well aware of, I'm glad that a quote-unquote blown account costs like $85, $100 as opposed to thousands of dollars. Getting a little bit of a bear flag here. Bear flag, bear pennant, whatever floats your boat. Like I said, I'm trying to play a top. So if this is a bear pennant here, I'm trying to, see if I can get filled at the top of the bear pennant to then have it roll back over. But right now, maybe I should just be getting to now, or maybe I should just play the breakdown. But we have, less than 1 minute? And yeah, we're 18 likes away, so it's looking like it'll be mission complete. I don't know if a $20 super chat. There we go. Or if somebody wants to ride in as a knight in shining armor. $20 super chat. I'll stay on for the next 15 minutes. Or another 15 minutes. And Stickman is not telling us how to play this liquid grab. That's apparently like for sure coming. Like it's going to happen. You are a full-time trader. No, I'm not a full-time. No, there are no full-time traders. Well, what about such and such? Yeah, who's such and such? Well, I saw his YouTube channel. Then he's not a full-time trader. He's making money from YouTube. which again, I make money from YouTube. That's okay. But I know I don't, and I definitely don't preach full-time trading. Hey, Mike, Chris Kelly coming through. All right. Everybody hit that like button. Thank Chris Kelly. We are going to 145. And I guess maybe I should have played that breakdown, but. So back to that, because that's an interesting point. No, dude, your goal should not be, I want to be a full-time trader. I disagree with that. I think everybody's goal should be, I want to have many streams of income. And if day trading can provide one of those streams of income, that is a good thing. Every wealthy person I've ever studied, they have one common thing, and that is many streams of income. So, no, I am proudly not a full-time trader. I'm a full-time, multiple income stream creator, and that's what I think everybody should be. That's why if you have a job while you trade, no shame in that at all. That's awesome. That's multiple streams of income. But the people that are like, I'm going to quit my job and be a trader, and they don't have any other money come in. It's like, okay, you're trading to get your mortgage payment and gas bill. That's a recipe. That's not going to happen. You're going to have so much pressure on you, you won't be able to take it. What do you mean your account is locked? Well, I guess I should have maybe just taken the breakdown there. I canceled my order out as I was looking for it to come up here, back test the top of the pattern, and then make this move, but looking like it doesn't want to. If someone is interested in hedge fund job, what are required to get this job? Probably a finance degree. But then, no, not necessarily. Depends on what kind of hedge fund. Like hedge fund, I mean, I don't know, become a mathematician. Something that worth numbers. You're going to have to look, I don't know. Or, I mean, hedge funds are looking for smoozers too. So, like, are you really good with people? Maybe you could work for a hedge fund in the Department of Recruiting New Capital. So, are you good at golf? Like, do you like to golf? Are you good at, like, can you make people laugh? So, I guess, what part of the hedge fund are you wanting to be? Oh, from yesterday's personal lockout to secure profits. Keep me, Yeah, that reminds me, Honeybee. I tried to recruit Chris earlier. I'm trying to recruit you right now, too. Like, join our group. I mean, everybody's welcome, but, like, there's certain people that's like, okay, I like this person. They seem to have a good head on their shoulder. So, Chris or Honeybee, I have a task for you, and you have to do it. Oh, wait, no. You have to do it. There's no, you cannot, you just have to. You have to go to this link, and you have to join. Okay, honey? You seem like a good, serious person that's going about this the right way, and you're the type of people I want within the community. So you have to go and join. You have to. You have no other choice. Oh, you joined, Chris? Or have you always been a member? Or did you just join? I'm getting tagged. Maybe. Let's check out. Oh, no, that's something else. Never mind. Just joined about 30 minutes. Oh, awesome, Chris. Well, make sure there's a room called the Lounge. Swing in there and introduce yourself. If someone has social science degree, what can they do? What do you, social science? Like what kind of, like, are you talking like psychology or art? Like what kind of social science degree do you have? Philosophy? How are we still stuck at 82 likes? Come on now. Now I'm getting reckless. Now the competitive side is kicking in. I want to say, if we get up to 100, I'll take a trade right then and there. But it's like, okay, all right, let's calm down, Clay. Let's calm down. Okay, now you're just trolling. You do not have a degree in gender studies. I don't believe you. Where do you find the Lounge? In the left-hand column. Did you get signed up with Discord and everything? Save your link. We'll join as soon as I can. Awesome, Honeybee. But yeah, in Discord, in the left-hand column, there's a bunch of different rooms and stuff. One of them says the Lounge. I guess. So right here, Lounge is where you'd want to go. Under Hangout, And then here we have the trading pit. So these are just alerts only because I don't want a bunch of clutter. So just alerts there. And then the lounge where people kind of just hang out. But the pits here, you know, that's where all the alerts are. So check this out. Like, okay. So here is this morning. Check that. And so if you're curious, how does the chat room work? I had that trend line drawn right there on the NQ. And I just meant, hey, is this a key trend line? Maybe worth watching. So keep that in mind. And then let's go and let me show you how that played out. I'm not bragging about myself. I am bragging about charts, though, because I think charts are a great tool. So the NQ. Yeah, so right here was that line, give or take. It was that line right there. Look at the first 2 minutes. Came down, broke that line, and then all the way down there. And I'm not exaggerating, depending on the type of contract you were trading and the size of your position. That could have been tens of thousands of dollars. And that's being relatively, I mean, that was a huge move. Huge move. And depending, again, on the type of contract you were trading, type of contract you were trading, along with the amount of them, that could have been a massive move. Oh, sorry, Chris. I thought you meant you signed up for the private community. I thought you signed up for the, yeah, sorry. I missed an, I think Chris joined TPT instead of the community. Ah, Richard, I'm sorry. Sorry, Chris. I thought you meant you joined my private community there. You just meant you joined. You just meant you joined. Look at this movement here. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday. Again, I just shrug my shoulders. Why are people wasting their time with meme coins, penny stocks, small cap stocks? Oh yeah, but you can get short squeezes. Give me a break. Like, look at that move. There, how's that for a little squeeze? How's that for a squeeze? Those movements, again, thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars, those moves are worth. Nice, Cornell. Up 1,000 on the day. Very good. Very good. Yeah, no, Chris. What I'm referring to also on Discord there, that's not free. But if you are interested, you can go here. Would love to have you. Same with Cornell. I mean, really all of you, but I'm just saying, so that link right there. I'm just saying, the people that show up and I get an impression they have a good head on their shoulder and they're not like a total degen. Like, no offense, but if you're a degenerate gambler, I really don't want you to join. I mean, you're not going to anyways because there's a price. And as a degenerate gambler, you're not going to be like, I'm not paying a price because that money I could use for my, I could use for my gambling habit. But yeah. Can somebody just hit the like button real quick? It seems like the likes are broken. How are we still at 82? How are we still at 82? Somebody just took one away. Okay. All right, I guess they work. Somebody's a savage. Like, nope, I'm out. Fair enough. Now you've... Okay, cool, Kelly. I owe you for all the... Well, thanks, Kelly. I appreciate... Or Chris Kelly, excuse me. Yeah, so now in the lounge, make sure you introduce yourself. There we go. Back to 83. We had a savage in here. They're like, oh, you want to see if the likes work, huh? I'll take one away. Little scumbag. They showed me. So this white line represents the low of the day. I don't know. I'm almost thinking just for entertainment purposes, should I try to catch a falling knife, see if we can get a bounce off there? I mean, I got plenty of wiggle room on the day where it's not like I'm going to give back my gains. I still don't like to just lose, but... Who was it? I don't know. An absolute savage, though. Absolute savage. I would like to do a NQ option. These are the ones that move very, very, very quickly. But yeah, those, like I said, they just move too quick. 800 on a Friday, not bad. I'd like to try to take one. Could I get a short? Let's see, what would that be? 16. That's still like 15 points. That's bonkers. That's like a $50 risk. Cornell, I would argue you'd have a better chance to pass the challenge if you were to join, because there are a ton of traders in there that have already passed challenges, that have gotten payouts and all that sort of stuff. So I would submit that maybe you're thinking about things a little backwards. I think joining and surrounding yourself with people that have already done what you were trying to do, in my opinion at least, I think that would be beneficial. So it just went to 84 likes, and I know it's back down to 83. We got some savages in here. They're like, I'm taking away that like. So I guess they liked me for a little bit, and then they're like, nope, not anymore. That's fair. Fair enough. We got about 4 minutes left, and then we're going to call it good. So if there are any other final questions on futures or prop firms, or if you want me to take a look at something, again, a $5 super chat, I can do an analysis on something for you. Thanks, Mark. Oh, yeah, I got to add you as a mod. Let's see. There we go. All right. So there you go, Mark. Now, I trust you if you see something just blatantly like, okay, yep, that's got to go. You now have the power. 86 likes. That's great. Could we so all right, here we go. If we can get up to 100, so that's 14 more likes in the next I guess basically 3 minutes, I'll go and we'll make it a 2-hour stream. We'll just go we'll just make it happen. But we got to get up to 100 in the next 3 minutes, and maybe I can do another trade here. I mean, we could get a nice little setup here. Yeah, no, that was no bueno. No bueno. And yes, I was going to say, I'd assume you're kidding, but after that debacle, I was like, wait a second. Yeah. So no. Do I just go above the over? Yeah, I could do a quick little scalp here. Yeah. Kind of the one I like. Either know right away if I'm right or if I'm wrong. But as I speak, it's now coming down. So for those of you that are here, I want you to just watch. Or I guess, at this point, we got to first see if we can even get up to 100 likes. So if we can. Oh, there was the move right there. Oh, no. I still necessarily wouldn't have been able to move down my stop, so it's not quite would have been out of the woods, but right now it was looking good for a second. So yeah, 2 minutes to get 11 likes. Can it happen? Can it happen? Let's see. Yeah, really just a question of, do you think, the lows are acting as a magnet? If so, and if you think the price will at least bring it down here, then yeah, there's wiggle room in here to make money from a short. Oh, that would have been beautiful. You heard me talk through it. And I was like, well, let's see if we can get to 100 likes. 10 more. 10 more needed in about a minute and 19 seconds. We will see. Yeah, I mean, a nice little bear pennant seems to be forming. You have a little bit of an upwards trend line. You have the overnight hike kind of serving as that. Resistance right there. So bear pennant. So yeah, does it get moving? Not financial advice, just me throwing around some ideas, chit-chatting. 90 likes. All right, it's looking like we are officially not going to make it. So I'll just start to wrap things up here. I was supposed to do this a bunch of times and I forgot. If you are interested in learning more about my program, what I have to offer, how I use charts to build consistency, manage risk, all that good stuff, then there is a link down below to a live webinar that I'm doing next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So like I said, if you are interested in learning more about, like I said, the tools I'm using, and really I'll address quite a bit about, a lot of people show up and they think they're doing things the smart way, but they're not. They have wrong approaches. They just don't quite have all the pieces in place like they should have them. So this class will make sure that, like I said, I'll go over showing you how I'm using tools, why the tools work, how the tools should be used, how they shouldn't be used, and a lot of, kind of misconceptions that are out there. So if that does sound of any value, a link is down in the description box where you can go, or it's just claytrader.com/live. And you can go check that out. So I meant to talk about that a couple other times. I was like, oh, you know what? This would probably be a good place to tell people about the Thursday night webinar. But I sort of forgot. But yeah, if you go there, just click on that. But again, a link is down in the description area, and you can check that out. So we are at an hour and 45. We're at 90 likes. So I'm going to go ahead and call it good. So we captured, I think, 2 or 3 trades. One of them was just a banger. Really nice one right here. And James Bond is gone. Was that his name, James Bond? James Bond said within the hour, we were going to new highs. Isn't that weird how that works? I mean, welcome to the world of, I guess, YouTube and live streams. People show up, talk all confidently, talk like, oh, yeah, this, and this. And then when the exact opposite of what they say is going to happen, they just disappear. So a quick learning lesson, please do not, and this includes mine or anybody else's live stream, don't show up and just because somebody shows up talking confidently, just be like, just please don't blindly follow people talking confidently, okay? Okay? Because with like I said, I don't know James. All I'll say is I hope he was using a stop loss, because literally the exact opposite of what he showed up saying in a very confident way happened. So again, please be very careful when random strangers show up, really in anywhere in life, but especially a YouTube live stream, and start making a bunch. And same with Stickman or whatever, right? He's saying something will happen, and then I pressed him on it, and crickets. He had no reply. So just be very careful of that. That little push-up and collapse was a good volume as well, as depending on the amount of... Yeah, no, exactly, yeah. This right here, I mean, this is a crazy amount that could have been made. And Cornell, who is just new to futures, he already realizes that, like, whoa, this movement right here, yeah, if you would have loaned up, had a bigger size of, contracts, and depending on the type of contract, look at that move. So this trade that I was thinking about earlier would have break even for sure. I'm just trying to figure out, and it's hard to know, if would I have moved it down a little bit and maybe had a small winning trade. But yeah, look at that move back up. Woo! This is why you want to use stop losses, because there were shorts. I mean, that was a nice little bear pennant. But yeah. And that's also why confirmation is a good thing, right? That was the bottom. It never broke, never violated that. So it's now what would have been super cruel is had the price broken down through the bottom and then suckered in people and then done that. That would have been brutal. So at least this was polite to have never even violated that downtrend line there. Clay's a great. Thank you, Mark. All right, everybody. Well, as always, if you appreciate this and if you're watching this in the archive, make sure you hit that like button. We're at 91, which is awesome. If we could push this over 100, that would be fantastic. Again, if you want to use the prop firm that I'm using, get involved in futures, check out that link that you see on the screen. Go to claytrader.com. That is my site. Been around since 2013. So I'm not like some sort of fly-by-night person. And we have a great community, so consider joining. But I appreciate everybody's time. It's Friday, so everybody take care. And it is Friday, so please, in the next couple hours, don't go do something stupid that's going to cause you to ruin your entire weekend because you're sitting there saying, why did I do that? Why wasn't I just happy with what I have? Please be very careful of that. So everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And I'll be back next week. And hopefully I'll see some familiar faces. But everybody, have a fantastic rest of your day and an even better week.